is known for all things fertility, true crime, and Sarah Boone. Now look, you need to know that Sarah Boone good. Tanika has it with her 2 cents. Hey Tanika girl, how you doing?
Hello, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, I
Yes.
can.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
awesome.
yes.
Mhm.
I'm excited to be here. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. And Francois and oh my god, sorry. And Brandy, I'm nursing a baby here. I love both of your channels. You guys are like
Oh,
the
thank
queen of
you.
live streams. I don't know how you
Oh,
keep
wow.
it straight. Messages flying and
Aw.
super chats and oh my god, I bow down.
It's a lot.
Uh,
Thank you.
It's
a
a
mute
lot.
button. Yes.
But look, we got to get all the gossip on all the latest cases. And so, Bougie, you have to tell us what is the latest tea happening with the YSL trial. I heard it was explosive and real ghetto in
Well,
the court the other day. Tell us.
are you talking about like Kayla Bumpus? Or are you talking about, okay, so
Yes.
like the gossip? Okay, so
The gossip,
I
gossip.
feel like it was Monday. I could be wrong. It was early last week or late the week before. Um, Doug Weinstein got up to refute some testimony from one of the detectives named Detective Viverito. And he basically, it started off like I was in the kitchen cooking. I didn't even know it had happened because I was live. I forgot what I was doing. I was live doing something and I did not get to watch it real time. Anyway, long story short, he's talking and he says, "Well, there might be a conflict. There's a situation going on. She had an altercation in the hallway with with an interested party, with Kayla Bumpus." And she's like, "Well, what does Kayla Bumpus have to do with it? Like, why are we getting into this?" Anyway, long story short, there had been some information floating around that Kayla had married one of the defendants, Shannon Stillwell, and there's just not that much coincidence that you're going to marry someone with the exact name, middle name, last name, all of those things. And I mean, it's possible, but you're also hanging outside the trial every day. There's visitors logs with you going to visit him, and there's just a lot. So it was speculation. Anyway, it was basically blurted out in court by one of the district attorneys, Abadi, who is like the right hand to Fonnie Willis. So basically, he made his objection and said he wanted a motion. And she said, "But like, why is this relevant?" And a body gets up and says, "Cause she's married to Shannon Stillwell," and everybody was like, "Oh my god!" So that was
I
that
heard
was
about it
pretty
first on your
major.
channel. I heard,
Oh,
and look,
really?
I heard
Okay.
all what you was cooking for dinner because you always got the recipes. I was just like, I had
I just
seen the
finished cooking dinner.
speculation. I don't know. Did you get the wild rice? I was driving and you was talking about getting the wild
I
rice.
forgot the wild rice, but I made Brussels sprouts with balsamic vinaigrette, and I made white fish with scallops
With
in a
Oh,
lemons.
that
lemongrass
Yes,
sounds
I
sauce.
so
know.
Yeah.
I
good.
heard it.
That sounds so
Look,
good.
I
Yes,
talk about
thank you. It
food
was
on my
good.
channel. You always talk about food. I love it, love it, love it.
Mom
Bougie gang
life.
is in the house.
Hmm.
But I was like, listen, some people get their news from Twitter. Some people get their news from Facebook. I get my news from Fran.
Oh, thank you. I
I'm just
appreciate
like,
that. I
what is the
appreciate that.
latest happening? Miss Tanika, what I know you at the is that a tit? Okay, sorry.
No, that is a
She's
child.
feeding. She's okay. I was like, girl, you might want to wax that boob. I don't know what's happening
Oh
over
my
there.
god.
But I didn't realize that was your baby's head. Okay, okay, no problem, no problem. Fertility got Sugar Bear. How you doing? Such a cute
Oh.
baby.
Thank
What
you. My
cases are
6-year project. Oh, sorry, go
oh,
ahead.
child? They're all a labor of love. What case are listen, I was just watching your video before this started about Sarah Boone and what happened. He's waving. Hey, Sugar Bear. What happened when she right after she got convicted, but I had to stop that video to jump on my live stream. So what was Sarah how did Sarah behave immediately on the heels of being convicted?
So I thought she was going to act up more than she did. She didn't, but she was not humbled either, right? Like, so that she was bothering them. They gave her copies of like her legal mail, and she was telling them she's supposed to get the originals. She's not meant to get the copies, and like she's still kicking up dust. I cannot wait for the second because I feel like she's gonna have her come to Jesus moment. I don't think it's registered with her yet. And also, we realized today she wasn't put in a turtle suit, so she wasn't on suicide watch because before, when she's been in a turtle suit, they've had it in her behavior reports. So the
Oh.
unalive watch. Sorry. Oh my god. They She wasn't on unalive watch, and so yeah, it was just like a little bit of clarification. But I can't wait to see her in court on the second.
Oh my. So December 2nd, she gets sentenced for the unfortunate unaliving of George.
Yes, she does, and I think she's going to get life. If you look at all of the IMS reports, all the bad behavior, lack of remorse, we know more now about the murder than we did before the trial, like the with the bat and all that. I think Judge Koenig is going to let her
Mhm.
have it.
Really? I thought she would at least be out in time to see her kid maybe like graduate high school or something like that. You think no?
Oh, definitely not high school. He's 14. He just turned 14.
Oh, right, right,
So
right, right, right.
she's not going to be
Right.
out in 4 years no matter what.
Oh my God. That's crazy. So what are you working on next? What's after Sarah?
Well, so I am going to cover, I think, Corey Richins and or Courtney Clinny, and then you have me watching that Brian
Mm.
Camp. I was in here today. I have so many questions for you. Like, why did the wife or the girlfriend hit him over the head with an ashtray or something? Girl, all those guns in the house. If you don't go get a gun and stop playing, and he's naked. I was just watching his testimony. He doesn't have any clothes on, and all you can think to do is bonk somebody over the head with an ashtray.
I'm a reserved judgment on her. Also because she watches my channel, and
Okay.
I manners. I talk behind people's backs. I
Oh
can't
my
be out here
god.
saying nasty things to people's face.
I
Mm-mm.
mean, I
But
know bad things happen and we can't control ourselves. I've been held up at gunpoint, and the person I was with suddenly could no longer speak English, so I know strange things happen. So I'm not judging. Oh my
Mhm.
god, what is her name? It starts with the B. Bonnie? No. Oh my god.
The
What is
the
the
Brooke.
wife's Brooke? Yeah. So Brooke, if you're watching, I'm not judging you. I've been in stressful situations too, ma'am. But
Yeah, yeah. I just that case is so crazy. Brandy or friend, have you guys followed the Brian Camp story at all?
Just through you, and it showed up miraculously due to Al in my timeline today. So I did hit my
Mm,
forever my watch later, which is like my favorite feature on YouTube because everything is a
yeah,
watch later for me. So I keep
yeah.
a running list of watch later. So it's interesting. I mean, I do when you kind of gave like so you gave a really good explanation, and then at the end it was like it turned they you know, basically that last shot. So he was still alive, and that last shot is the reason why he's on trial now. And I get
Mm-hmm.
it. I don't know. I would he did he have an attorney when they first talked to him, or he was just kind of like, and this happened and that happened. So he was just free flowing, telling the story, and yeah, it's kind of one of
He
those
went in to
unfortunate
help the
things.
police. He thought he was going to tell the story of what was happening, and they would understand, and they would let him go. Instead, he's been arrested and charged.
Well, and I mean, basically, they, like you said, on that video, that he had a choice to not. And I guess they felt like that last shot was like a overkill or not necessary because they were on the way. Um, Hopefully, they'll have an understanding jury who will see that he was protecting his home and protecting himself. So, and but we'll see. We'll see how you know what I mean. Like Tanika was saying regarding Sarah Boone, we know so much more. If she were to get life, it would probably tell me that Judge Kranick probably really thinks there was some underlying premeditation because the more
Yeah.
that we've learned about everything, it is giving premeditation, but no one's ever said premeditation. But if he has the discretion, and if that's how he feels potentially, and that's what it warrants, and then her overall attitude and her unwillingness to change and just her
Mm.
history, um she she might get even if she gets 30 years to life or something, that's still she's in her 40s now. She would be very senior by the time she sees the light of day. So
For sure. Brandy, have you followed Sarah Boone or Brian Camp or any of these guys?
I have not followed Brian Camp. Sarah Boone did a little bit. I was in Orlando because I was planning on being in the courtroom for Sarah Boone, but
Oh,
then
right.
I had big things that came up, so I wasn't able to be in the courtroom, and I've been working on something else. So anyway, I wasn't able to. So I kind of like would catch your updates, like like I would basically like see recaps and stuff like that, but wasn't able to follow along with everything. So I still haven't even got to watch the whole trial. I did watch her testify, and what the heck was that? But
Exactly.
I
Mhm.
was sitting there and I made Chat Daddy sit there and watch some of it with me or whatever, and I was like, this isn't normal. So she was quite interesting. So I can't wait to go back and watch the whole thing. I've got Laurie Shaver's sentencing on Tuesday that I'll be in the that.
I was going
So
to
she will
ask
be
you,
sentenced
what's
on
the
Tuesday.
latest with Lori Shaver? Because I know her sentencing is coming up soon.
Yeah, yeah. It was supposed to be Monday originally, tomorrow, and they changed it to Tuesday. So
Oh,
it's going to be Tuesday. I've talked to Mike's family, and some of them will be there. Like his sister Stacy is not going to be able to come down, but she did write a victim impact statement, so that will be read. So the family is going to give impact statements, and then they will do the sentencing. So I what happens, but
oh my God. What do
but
you think she's
I
going to get?
oh gosh, I don't know. I mean, I I think life. I mean, I don't know that we're in Florida, y'all. So I feel like, like it's kind of Florida's very unpredictable, but also like Florida's like, real big on, let me show you, let me teach you a lesson. So I don't know. I don't even know what to expect, honestly, with her. The big thing is because it's and they can't prove that it was, premeditated or anything like that.
Right.
So I know that it won't be like an automatic life without parole or anything. So I don't know really don't know what to
Wait,
expect.
what
But
was
I
she
know that she ain't
convicted
gonna
of? Was she
be
convicted?
out here a second
What was she
degree
convicted of?
intentional.
Second degree murder.
Yeah, yeah, because
But
they
could that
can't
get her
prove
a life
premeditation
sentence?
because
Yes, second
yeah,
degree murder in
yeah,
Florida is a first degree felony and is up to life.
Wow.
And in
yeah.
Florida, life. Well, I guess some people are saying the 85%, but Sarah ain't getting 85%. I don't know about Miss Shriver or Shiver.
She was a
Shaver,
whole
yeah.
mess. She was crazy on like some real deep other levels. The fact that she had a what was it, a wedding, and her husband's grave is there in the background of the pictures. Like they buried him under the patio, and then they had a wedding on the patio. Like, you go to hell with gasoline draws on. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Just straight there. That's
Yeah.
crazy to me.
Wait till you see. Gosh, I don't know. If, yeah, I can. I think I can say this part. Wait till you see some of those stuff. So I've done a FOIA request on some of the text messages between her and Jeremy and some of the pictures that they were sending. Uh,
Oh wow.
there's much more that did not come out in trial, and I cannot wait for everybody to see it. So this one's going to be a whole big thing. So
We love legal mail. Yes, yes, Lauren. She was the town bicycle child. Everybody got a ride.
yeah.
Everybody got a ride. Just earlier today, I was over at the UPS and I was listening to Miss Francoise, like I am wont to do, and she was saying, "What were you saying about community peen?" uh,
Don't mess with it. Don't mess with it. It's bad news. Don't mess with it. It's bad.
Jamal Bryan, I think you were talking about his child
Okay.
custody or child support case. Is that
They
what
had
that
a
was?
hearing. There was a hearing regarding some the child support for one of the women that he'd been involved with outside of his wife. So he had a son
Mm-mm.
outside of the confines of a marriage, and as a pastor. So yeah, he wasn't there though. But they made some
Right.
decisions without him. I thought the judge was really good. She was so nice to really like explain. The mom was there without legal representation, so she was pro se. If you didn't learn anything from watching Sarah Boone, we all know about pro se. So she was
That
there
lady,
defending.
She
Yeah,
was a special kind of dumb. Like, how could she made that case harder at every turn? It was crazy to
I
me.
think it was a combination of angry, and I think it's also a combination of just, she's not a true crimer like us. You know what I mean? Like,
Right,
you know what I mean? I think a lot of
right.
us watch the news, we keep up with legal proceedings, all of these things. So we acquire a lot of knowledge. Everybody isn't into this hobby. So I think
Mm,
where we have a maybe above average understanding of things that really that are none of our profession per se, we've picked up a little bit of a little bit of a skill because um she was not following at all. She was not following the judge at all. It was kind of awful for her. That's why I was like, I'm glad this was recorded so she could actually go back and take some notes, because I didn't even see her taking notes. She just looked mad the whole time.
I wasn't watching it. I was listening to it, child. I was
Mhm.
all up in the Home Depot. I was all over the place, but I have you in my ears during the course of my
Oh,
day.
thank
And
you.
the whole time I was like, this heifer, what? What? I, I think there should be an what was that, child support court? I don't know what court that was
Oh
you
my
were
God.
or a
It was
hearing.
it was it was child support court. It was Superior Court, Superior Family Court in Georgia. So it was a judge,
That
gosh, I
judge
can't
Was
was
it
remember her
Alex
name.
crazy.
Manning? I love Judge Alex
Alex
Manning.
Manning is so
Stay out
good.
of Fulton County.
Right, right.
Yeah.
I love her. No drugs, no prescriptions, no alcohol. You're gonna have a ankle bracelet. I love her. Yeah,
Judge Manning loves her job. She loves her job.
she does. She
And it
does. You can tell the
shows.
ones that love their jobs and the ones that don't.
Hmm. That case was crazy. But I mean, that the woman with the first of all, I'm surprised that family court is on the internet. Now listen, I'm good and nosy, so I
Mhm.
am here for it. I want to know all your business. I am a curtain twitcher. I'm looking out my windows. Now, I will close all my curtains because you need to mind your business. But if you acting crazy out here on the street, you walking your dog too hard, I'm gonna notice and I'm gonna talk about it probably on the tubes of you. Um, stop
The funny
barking.
thing is
Daisy,
with
calm
child
yourself.
support court is when the side chicks are coming to get their settlements with the married boyfriends. So that's interesting too. So yeah, the
That
products of these affairs. So
is
yeah, that's
crazy. That
interesting.
lady today was like, I was sleeping with the preacher. We were not married, but now I expect him to behave honorably as it relates to our child.
And I expect him to
Come on.
care. He doesn't care, ma'am. He
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 hasn't
doesn't bother to
visited
show
that
up.
baby.
Yeah, he
He
I
didn't
hasn't.
sure
show
do
up to
love seeing all
court.
that. I love seeing everybody else's mess, and I know that's bad. I know that's bad. But I sure do love seeing everybody else's mess because you know what? It just makes me feel so good about my life. I'm like, you know what? I may be messy sometimes, but I'm not like
I
that's a
do that.
different level of messy. Yeah. So I feel like it just makes me feel a little bit more like I've got my crap together. So
But you know
All
what?
your business is on Front Street.
I feel
yeah.
like that was the origin of like town square, like back in the Renaissance time, where they didn't really have a lot of news. You had like the town crier, right? And then maybe on a specific day, someone who did something really bad would be punished in the middle of town square. And I
Mhm.
feel like some of this stuff is kind of like town square, because that's how else were people going to learn that there were repercussions and the
Right.
outcomes of someone maybe doing wrong in the community, or shaming someone for sleeping with someone's husband and all of
Mhm.
those things, so,
Mm,
or someone's wife. So yeah, I think that's kind of what the internet has become, a little bit of town square.
Yeah.
um but people
I
are
was going to say,
learning.
we are town square
We are
now.
town
YouTube is
square,
town square.
absolutely, yes, absolutely.
Hmm. And if you want to have your dirty business out here in the streets, I want to know every single thing. Like, oh, well, girl, then
Yeah.
what he
It will be
do?
talked
What
about.
you
Yeah.
say?
It will be
Yeah.
talked about.
Oh, and Lord, put it on social media because
Hmm.
I'm gonna be on your like your father-in-law's grandma's dog walkers page because I know she's done posted something too. I will go deep diving into everybody's business, and if somebody says something, like even on Twitter, somebody will say something about somebody, and like I know that Sue Ann didn't say this. I'm on Sue Ann's page. I'm on Sue Ann's mama's page. I'm
Mhm.
on Sue Ann's ex-boyfriend from seventh grade's page. I want to know everything. I'm so nosy when it comes to all that kind of stuff, which I guess is what has made me, good at what I do.
Yeah, I would be embarrassed for
Listen.
someone to go through my screenshots because the stuff that I randomly screenshot just to kind of make it all like, where was I the last 20 minutes or the last 2 hours? Like, I have to kind of screenshot, like, okay, content, future content, this belongs to this story, just to be able to collect the receipts because you just never know when you're going to need it, you know?
Yeah.
Listen, I had a relative who posted on Facebook just the other day. I'm single. It's a guy. I'm single. I'm telling everybody I'm single. He has a baby that's maybe 2 weeks old. And he was like, I don't care what anybody says. I was trying to get my life together. Like, girl got Facebook because I'm following her Facebook page too. She up here with pictures of her 2 week old baby, and you're like, I'm single. Yeah, I got a girl pregnant, but please, everybody needs to know I'm single.
Not with a
Just,
fresh baby. That's
a
a fresh
fresh
brand
baby.
a fresh brand new baby. No, no, sir. You
Oh,
might be single, but you need some bonding time and you need to not be dating.
Like,
yeah.
sir, have all the seats, a whole stadium of seats, have
Right.
all of them. I screenshotted it because in 2 minutes he gonna take it down. I was like, oh, this been up for 1 second. Screenshot. Okay.
Oh, I do
Okay,
that
I need to
immediately.
refer to that later.
As soon as I see something, I'm like, they're going to delete that. Let me go ahead and get that on my phone right now.
You have to.
Because I know
You
when they
have
sober
to.
up, that's going to be gone. So let me go ahead and get that right now and follow
Mhm.
that. Yeah.
Before they change their mind. Listen, I've been known to post some questionable videos, and then in the morning I'm like, oh Lord Jesus, what did I say?
Let
But
me go ahead and put that on
that's members
members.
only spaces. That's what members only is for.
Right, right.
Oh my
I'm
God. You
so
and that
silly.
progesterone.
Girl, my doctor look, I'm of an age category where I keep a fan handy, right? I have to keep a fan handy because
Hmm.
the flashes get on your ass and you just be bursting into flames. Well, my doctor prescribed progesterone. She's like, it's gonna help you sleep real good. It does help me sleep real good. Also, it made me so high. So I
Really?
would take my little
Really?
progesterone and go to make my little evening video. Child was saying all kinds of crazy stuff. And I'd get text messages from people like, did you mean to post that? One, I went on for like 25 minutes. I would have bet you $100 I made a 2 minute video. When I woke up in the morning, I was like, oh no, I got to take this down. I hope nobody did a screen of that. It was crazy. The stuff, telling all my personal business. I doxed myself. It was crazy. I had no idea that I had posted it.
That
No
was the first
idea.
time you had taken progesterone? That was your
No,
first?
I
Oh,
it, it was I had been taking progesterone for a while at bedtime. That was the first time I lost my whole entire mind for the internet to see. So I
wow.
was like,
Okay.
mm-mm.
I
And
think
I
that's one
told
of the
my
ones
doctor,
they have
she's
me on. Because cancer sent me into early menopause, so they put me on hormones a few years ago, and I think that's one of the
mhm.
ones that I'm on. And maybe that's what's wrong with me. Maybe that is maybe that's why I ain't got no common sense anyway. So maybe that could be it.
Mm,
I mean, she turned my dosage down. And so now I
okay.
take it and it just makes me relaxed and sleepy. But at 300 milligrams, I was like, what's in these crack? I didn't know hormones could do that
Wow.
to you.
What is all
Wait,
Yeah.
that?
Tanika is
Oh.
Miss Fertility Goddess.
These are bottles of progesterone
Look,
injectable in my butt. Not fun.
Okay.
I
So
just
when
have
you
the
were
pills.
trying or you're trying now?
I'm on
Getting
Operation
yourself
Big
pregnant?
Brother right now.
Oh, okay.
Yep, she's over there baby making.
Oh,
Child,
nice. Okay.
good
Oh.
for her, not for me.
Yeah.
Not for me. Bless your heart. Like, ooh, but hey, Sugar Bear sure is cute. Wait, there's a
Super
couple
cute.
notes I had written that I wanted to update people on. Wait. I wanted to give everybody an update on Not Spike. Wait, does everybody? I had ignored chat. Chat, I'm so sorry. I see you there scrolling by. I told you I'm not a YouTuber. I mean, I'm not a live streamer. I want to update everybody on Not Spike, but I want to acknowledge some of these super chats. Somebody in comments asked, "Where's Mrs. Parks, who's always in the house?" Mrs. Parks just landed back home from a trip out west, east. I'm trying to think of where all of her homes are because she's super fancy like that. But
Okay.
she flies every week back and forth. And she had just landed right before we went live. And so she's like, I'll be listening to you in the car. So, hey, Renee girl, how you doing? I know you're in, I think I saw her in chat someplace.
Mm-hmm.
Purple Irish sweater. I saw you put it, sent a super chat or something and trying to show it. I accidentally deleted it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Purple Irish sweater been around forever, ever, ever. Monica C, 8 months as a member. Oh my God. I
Mrs.
can't believe
Parks
I
is
said,
here. She dropped a $50 super chat.
oh,
I
that's
see
right.
it.
She did.
It
I
Yes.
says
told y'all she
four
fancy.
queens on my screen. Love these faces. Congratulations, Kathy. So happy to start my day with you and thrilled to watch your channel grow. Love to all the ladies this evening. Very nice.
Aw,
Oh.
That's from
so
Miss
good.
Park is in the house. Okay, Miss Parks is in the
She's
house.
Oh.
always in.
Yes.
Miss Parks holds me down.
Okay.
Listen, Miss Parks was like, I'm gonna be in New York. We have to go to lunch. We have to go to tea, is what she said. Where did we go, Tanika? We went to the Russian
Russian
tea
tea room.
room.
Nice.
Child,
Very
we
nice.
closed
Everyone
the
got
place
dressed up.
down. Got dressed
That's
up, middle of the afternoon
I
with the Russians and the tea. It was fabulous.
aw.
mm,
That's awesome.
We need more friends like
The
Miss.
drinking
Everybody
tea
need a
and
friend like
the
her.
gossip tea were hot.
that's a very fancy room in New York. That's like one of those even just some New Yorkers will say that they've never been there before. So yeah, that's
Hmm.
nice. What did you so
It
did
was
you have
amazing.
dinner or you were there for drinks or what how did the day go? You shut it down.
We had lunch. I think
Okay.
we were meeting at 12 or 1 o'clock, something like that.
Mhm.
Um, when we left, they was getting ready for dinner service. Like we were there for
Ladies, are you
so
staying for
long.
dinner with us or can we help you get your clothes?
Like, would you like to get the hell out? We like, oh, there it is. Oh, right. That's the one you were reading. Girl, look, I'm going through these. I'm just trying to find myself a new member. Oh, for people who are, I have finally watched Brian Camp on the stand. He testified on Friday and he gave his whole side of the story, a hot ass mess. But we heard his side of the story in opening statements, but we had not heard him tell his side of the story. So Brian got on the stand on Friday. He told his side of the story, and I recorded a reaction video to it. That video will drop in the morning, I think at 6 a.m. Eastern
Oh,
time,
yay.
but I posted it for members earlier today. Because it's long, it's like 30 minutes long. I was like, I don't know that I have anything to say about this. And then I kept talking and talking and probably could have talked for another 30 minutes, but I was like, I need to commence to shutting up. I need to be about that shut up life. Mama She 13, thank you so much. I'm so happy I have found Gossip Rumor and Innuendo. I'm so glad you found us too. There's so many. Joseph Kane, thank you so much for the super sticker. Olive Queen became, oh wait, Queen Olive became a new member. In old age, do you
Aw.
sometimes get dyslexic? Because I
Yes,
just
I
be
do.
turning the names around.
I do it all the
I
time when
never
I'm reading
had that
stuff.
before.
Yeah, I do it all
Yeah,
the
I do
time.
it a lot lately. Alice Turner, 3 months a member. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Julio, just found you, and you are my new favorite true crimer. You have me laughing so much. Congrats. Thank you so much. You know what's funny? I watch my videos and I'm like, I mean, when I record them in the morning, I'm like, I don't think that was funny. Like, I don't have anything that I could clip out of it. It never, never, never seems funny
Go
to me.
back to it like
Never.
in a week.
Hmm?
Go back to it like after a week, and then
Yeah.
also maybe not always look for funny, just look for like resonate because sometimes it might help someone
Mm.
get into the story. So it may not always be like a key. It may just sometimes be like, oh yeah, that's right, that's interesting. I'm gonna go check that out. And once they start researching on it, then they're gonna be back and there's like, Kathy, when are we getting an update?
That's Fran always got wisdom. Let me tell you something. Fran got the wisdom of like 100-year-old. Where it wisdom.
Okay.
Damn, we need heifer what we need heifer what fans.
Oh, yeah.
David!
We got I almost wore my heifer what t-shirt, but then I realized it was dirty because it's literally the first thing I wear out of my laundry. And I'm walking around loud and proud like heifer what? Um It's slightly ridiculous, but I love it. There's so many starred comments over here. I love, have I had memberships for 11 months? Y'all know I'm not tracking any of this. I'm just like living my life. Shayna Hirsch. Shayna Hirsch has sent me two emails recently that I read the title of and then kept going because I was busy. Shayna Hirsch is the co-author of a book by one of the Alex Murdoch jurors. I
Mm.
think the monkey lady, the egg lady? No, the monkey farm lady, y'all. She knows that crazy heifer personally. And she wrote a book about it.
Wait, the
Okay,
one
who else
who
is
Harriet Tubman is pulling monkeys away from, or another monkey lady? Oh, okay.
um yeah, no, you know where Harriet Tubman escaped from? That monkey farm?
Yes.
One of the jurors works on that monkey farm.
Is
And
that real?
yes,
Harriet Tubman
girl.
escaped from a monkey farm way back
No, 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 no,
when?
no, no,
Oh, I
no,
was
no,
about
no,
to.
no, 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 no.
Oh, okay,
Those
okay, okay,
there's
okay,
monkeys
okay, okay.
that
I
escaped
was
in
about. I
South
was like, wait a
Carolina.
second, please.
She's
Okay,
renamed one of the monkeys Harriet, and
okay.
Harriet is
So the
taking them
monkeys had
Yes.
away.
escaped.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
that whole thing last week. Yes, all the
I
visuals were so
believe
funny.
I believe from the bottom of my heart that one of those monkeys is the Harriet Tubman monkey, and she's leading the other
Okay,
monkeys to
yes,
freedom.
because she wants them to know you. This is not the life. This is not the life for
Yes.
you. Let's go. There's better things ahead and out here. Okay, got it.
Yep.
She's the
And
leader.
there are some feral untrained emu that have also escaped in South Carolina. And I believe that if those emu get together with Harriet and the girls, the monkeys can ride on the back of Harriet and they can
Mm-mm.
all get their freedom on.
When did the
I'm
emu
just
thing happen? That's new. I hadn't heard. I hadn't heard
3
the emu.
months ago. They've been
Oh,
out
I
for
missed
3
that.
months.
I missed that.
Yeah. And in my mind, they out there singing old Negro spirituals, riding on the backs of emus. I'm just saying, that's the way it goes. Swing low, sweet chariot. They doing the whole thing. Um, in my imagination, I don't got no facts. You not here for facts. But that's
Who
I
can
feel in my
sing?
spirit.
Who in this panel can sing? I need somebody to sing that song. The
Not
best part of
me.
waking up.
Mm,
Come on.
I like to sing, but I can't. My voice is
Yeah,
not
everybody would
anything to run.
leave
Yes.
if I sang.
not today, girl. Not today. Mm,
Kathy, what are
child,
you waiting for to come up that is not like who's been arrested that you're just like, I cannot wait for that trial?
there's a couple. The heifer, and my favorite thing about this trial is that nobody died. That heifer who was rich and she gave the man a Hummer in the living room and her husband's saw it on the videotape. What is her name? Um I think I have a whole playlist of her. What's the lady's name? Lindsay, she's a Lindsay. She's not Lindsay. Is she Lindsay Shiver? She
Let's see.
plotted the murder of her husband with her boyfriend that she met down at the Grabbers Bar in the Bahamas.
Yeah,
And
Oh,
Lizzie
the her
Shiver.
okay.
Lindsay Shiver.
Okay.
Lindsay Shiver.
She was
Yes,
it's a murder
yes,
for
Lindsay
hire. The
Shiver.
murder for hire with the guy from the Bahamas. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Her
the murder
husband
for
was like an
hire
ex
plot.
ex baseball player or something or
Ex-football player.
okay.
Yes. My favorite part of that whole story was that she's having an affair with the dude down at the bar. She brings him back to her in-laws' house. The in-laws had this complicated camera system installed in the house because the father-in-law has like dementia or something like that. And so they were like, oh, if he falls, we want to be able to see what happens with him. They look at the cameras in the morning and they see old Lindsay on her knees offering prayers and meditation to some strange man she done brought home from the bar.
To
Her
give him
husband
some
is like,
comfort.
give plenty of comfort. He was calling on Jesus and everything. And so the husband, shady, 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 was like, oh, look at this tape we have here. Now, do you think he was like, baby, we need to have a conversation? No, he emailed the tape of her performing her ministrations to his parents and to her parents. So I don't want to see the tape that was recorded. I want to see the tape of her parents getting that video. Like, the kids don't say like what? Just craziness. Craziness. So I
And
really, really,
she's
really
mystified why her ex-husband or her soon-to-be ex-husband hates her. She was unclear as to why he was not like trying to be super helpful. when she was trying to get back down to the Bahamas. That was funny because I saw that I saw that body cam video. That was pretty funny.
Hmm.
What are your other ones?
I'm really excited about Lindsay Shiver. Um, Corey Richins with the Corey Richins is so stupid because she wrote in her diary like, I keep trying to kill him with this fentanyl, and it turns out you have to do more than just touch it. Because apparently Corey read that if you touch fentanyl, it could be strong enough for you to die. And she got some, and she put it in her husband's sandwich, and he got sick, but he didn't die. He tried over and over and over to kill him, and he's telling his friend, "Yeah, she tried to kill me again. Oh yeah, you know that Corey. Have a." And then she went on, she kills him, writes the book about grieving with children or whatever, and then she paid money to go on the local news station to plug her book. I did not know that you could buy a segment on the local news. But
Interesting.
down there in
Yeah.
Utah where you live, she paid money and she went on this news segment to talk about this book and had on a members only jacket. What in the 1986 are you doing? You were out here on the TV talking about grief with your members only jacket, and then they arrest her behind the next day for the unfortunate unaliving of her husband. It's too much.
Yeah.
She's extra stupid, extra stupid. So I'm really looking forward to her. Is there anybody you guys are looking forward to?
Courtney Clenny. I'm ready to see that one.
Mm,
I think that one's going to be really interesting. I want to see that one. And then of course
she can.
Karen Reed when it comes again. I mean, I'm emotionally and mentally preparing myself for that, but that one might will probably get delayed. But that one's that one's going to be interesting to go through
That's
again.
kind of the case that made you famous, though, isn't it, Brandy? I mean, aside from Murdoch,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's the
people
one like
found
that's
you.
the one that where my podcast took off, and that's the one that's kind of opened a bunch of crazy doors for me. So it's a good thing that it has. I'm very blessed and thankful for what it has done for me. But man, has it taken a toll on my on my emotional and mental health as well. Which is I have had to work on balancing things because it got to be too much. So, but
I mean, now
it's
you
better now.
have new chat daddy, and I'm sure he's helping to soothe. You
Yeah.
know, he
Yep.
that'll help you right out.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need the sausage to soothe the evening. Just trying to say, I know Brandy blushes real easy, but like, you
Yeah. I'm
just
already
okay,
turning
Miss
red.
Brandy.
I'm already turning red. Yeah.
I'm just saying, yeah. I remember Fran was like, "Listen, you can't be going to bed late because you might miss some things." I was like, "Preach, sister, preach." Yeah, when the
Oh.
sausage is ready, you need to be available.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm bright red right now. Yep.
Okay. I'm just saying. Oh, wait. Shayna Hirsch has clarified, not the monkey farm. Wait, not monkey farm, egg lady, a deliberating juror. Oh, Amy
Oh.
Williams. Oh, we just put their names out here in the streets. The Long Road to Justice, Unraveling Alex Murdaugh's Tangled Web comes out Tuesday. Okay.
Oh.
Well, get thee to Barnes and Noble because Shayna Hirsch wrote a book. But it's not the monkey. Wait, is the monkey farm lady the same as the egg juror? Child, I don't know. All of those people, all it's like all mixed together. Tanika is probably feeding a baby or bathing a baby, something like that.
Oh.
But wait, I wanted to. Oh wait, there she is. What case are you looking forward to?
He's having a meltdown. I'm looking forward to the come back to me.
Okay, okay.
Aw.
Um, so of course I'm waiting for Ernest Williams. I mean, I've been working on that
Yes.
for I don't know, it's been almost a year and a half now. It's just going to be like I just want some resolve on
Yes.
where this case is going for him, just to, also for my subscribers. A lot of people have been sitting waiting for this for a long time. Someone's mentioned
Mm-hmm.
Brian Kohlberger. I'm definitely waiting for that. I feel like I'm happy that they moved venues because it feels like things are happening at a little faster pace. But also, in all fairness to the people of Latah County, um, sometimes things are slow at the beginning. So now that
Yeah.
we're getting into maybe trial phase, it does seem like it's picked up speed. But, maybe it was too close to home to be tried out
Mm.
there, so I think it makes sense. I'm waiting for Stefan Starnes, some resolve on that. That's the
Mm.
Ninth Judicial District again, so that's what's his name, Bain, the state attorney Bain, who is the boss of Mr. J and Mr. Cacciatore. So that whole Ninth Judicial
Mm.
District. So Stefan Starnes, that's going to be. I mean, we don't know who's going to get that case, but that's going to be something pretty interesting. He's in Osceola, but it's the same judicial district. So um, the CP case is going to start, I think, in February, and the actual unalive case is, I think, in maybe September, later in the year
Oh,
of
it's two
25.
cases. They bifurcated
Oh
it?
yeah, he's got 60 CP, and oh yeah, it's pretty horrific. I'm
Oh
sure they
my
could have gone
God.
exponentially more, but they zeroed in on 60 counts. And I think those 60 counts, depending on how that goes, which I mean, it's probably going to go the way it needs to go. um that's going to help with the murder, with the unaliving, excuse me,
Wow.
because the unaliving, um you know, I think a guilty in the CP is going to facilitate a death penalty
Mm-hmm.
in the unaliving. So I think, again, Florida, I like how Florida does things. I really do. When you see some of these cases like the Adelsons, just kind of like the slow roll to justice, I'm here for all of it rather than what we've seen like in Fulton County, lumping everybody together. And it's like, what's going on? I like the systematic, we're going to take this one by one and make it make sense and everybody can follow and
Mm-hmm.
all of those things because but yeah, I'm definitely waiting for Stefan Starnes, justice for Madeline Soto,
Mm.
and there's so many. There's so many, but
There
definitely
are.
I like a good Florida case because Florida
Mm-hmm.
gives you everything you need,
Mm-hmm.
and you can find all the documents. I love it. Um, they're in Georgia too. So those are some very friendly true crime states where you can, if you are
Mm.
interested in delving in and deep diving, or you're just curious, you will find information and you can learn about the case. I think it makes you a better citizen to be educated about the legal system for all of us who
For
are not
sure.
lawyers and really immersed in as a profession. If you have interest in it, there are states out here that give you enough information to feel like you're learning something.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Those are some good ones. I had forgotten about Donna Adelson. I was so looking forward to her
Girl, Donna
case.
and
Yeah.
Wendy. Girl.
Yes. Oh, I
You
want
think they're
Wendy to
gonna
get
arrest
arrested.
Wendy?
Wendy wrote a book too, you know.
Yeah.
This is
Oh, yeah.
true.
Wendy
Yeah.
wrote a
And she was on
book.
a game show. Apparently, when you're on a game
Okay.
show, that puts you in line to be a murderer.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Wendy moved to Texas. I think she's like, I don't know them. I'm getting away from everybody.
Nice
She moved her
try.
behind away.
Nice try.
Yeah.
And she took the boys with her. I wonder how
Hmm.
the Markells feel about that.
Look, I wonder how Harvey feels about it. Is Harvey still roaming around the Miami airport? I'm telling you right
Harvey
now.
might be with the other son that we don't know anything about. The
Oh,
son that doesn't,
Robert.
yeah, the
The
other
one who
son
wants
that
out of all
doesn't
the
deal with
drama.
them. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look, Harvey might be living in upstate New York with that other son. Oh, wouldn't that be interesting? Because
Yeah.
the only interviews that Rob Adelson has given were for the podcast "Over My Dead Body," that series that it was called Tally Trap, where Dateline did a whole podcast about the Adelson story, which is how I first heard about it. And Rob Adelson is interviewed for that, but he hasn't taken any other interviews other than that.
Yeah.
I
Tanika, what are you
wouldn't.
looking forward to? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead,
I was
Fran.
just gonna say I wouldn't, because with the way the family, you never know what maybe you overlooked. You never know how Donna tried to get people involved and all of her kind of triangulation. It's better he speaks less because the mother was so
Mm,
conniving. And who knows, Wendy from the background. it's better to not say anything, because if anyone gets an
Yeah.
inkling that he knows anything, he's going to be a unindicted or unindicted co-conspirator too, just like his sister.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it's better.
I
Yeah.
also need to see if Wendy is going to wear the same gray dress. Like I need to see if because she's worn it now for like we this is like a repeat offender dress, and so I need to see if she's going to wear that, if she thinks it's her good
Her
luck
lucky
dress.
litigation dress.
Yes, her lucky litigation dress. Yes, I need to see if she's going to wear that again. That's just me being petty, but also I don't like her, so I'm allowed to be petty. So yeah,
I
I
don't
need to
Yes.
like
see.
her either. I want to know if she's going to straighten the back of her hair. Like she's in the back of my head is none of my business club.
Oh
Oh, I
my
don't like
God.
her.
Wait, did you see her dress for her son's bar mitzvah? I, in a temple, you men are supposed to have their head covered, women are supposed to have their shoulders covered, but her whole décolletage was out.
She's
Is she
single.
trying to breastfeed the
She's single,
masses?
and she might be at one of those like really cool modern synagogues. She might be at a very modern,
Clearly.
yeah, she might be at a modern situation. So they're like, girl, we don't
Mm.
observe we're modern over here.
I'm like,
So
maybe
Maybe they
she's
were new
reformed.
boobs. Maybe they were also celebrating their 13 years on the planet.
okay.
That could be it. That could be it. Yeah.
Listen, I'm not mad at a new titty. Sometimes you need a new titty. Listen,
Mhm.
okay. Keep them high and tight, though. That's the name of the game. High and tight. Friend, who are you talking about today who didn't wear a bra in their picture? I was crying talking. You was talking about folks not wearing bras.
Okay, to not be, I'm going to reserve the messy because I don't want to bring that over here. But what I'm going to say is that
Please
a
bring
subscriber out here, a
messy.
brilliant subscriber, has a fun avatar of someone who may have a YouTube channel, who was at Fulton County Court braless as per usual,
Did this
and
person get arrested while they were there one time at Fulton?
once upon a
Okay.
time, yes, once
I know.
upon a time,
What?
and yes, if so this person is known to stream braless, and I have a campaign of, can we make bras great again? So I think bras are wonderful, and I
She
think that so that's just, it's a little side joke.
she got some
Look down
tickle
in the
bitties though,
chat.
doesn't she?
If you look down in the chat, I think said subscriber from the YouTube sphere checked in. But yeah, it may be an avatar of someone who may have a channel. I don't know.
I have no idea. I never noticed.
Yes,
She's a little old for that. She
girl,
fall in the
burlesque,
category where they just long. I mean, at a certain
bralessness.
age, they not big no more. They just long. Like, mm-mm.
Yeah.
We might need a
I
special
mean, listen.
prosecutor for bralessness, because it's just, even people who have the good lift, or got the enhancement. It's like, come
Mm-mm,
on, nobody wants, like,
mm-mm.
it gives a, but okay.
Listen, them tiggle bitties down to her instep. That's not cute. That's not a look. But if you ain't your
It's
child,
a
let them
look.
keep your
It's
knees
definitely,
warm.
yeah.
Whatever. Whatever. Let them keep your knees warm. Ain't none of my business.
Okay,
But
right, right.
these
Live and
shorter,
let live.
mm-mm. You get all that burn from the sidewalk rubbing up against child. No, no, no. I can't be about that life. But I mean, look, mine are nice and new. Mine are only 25 years old because I got them shortened up. When that first baby was born, I was like, oh no, 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 no.
Oh
They
my
were keeping
god.
my ankles warm. So I got them shortened up. And I'm trying to, keep them muscles tight and strong.
Oh, see, if I
So,
could do that, I would. Like, I would have them like up on my shoulders if I could. Like, I'd be like, just put them up here because they're gonna fall again. Just put them just put them up here and let's start over.
right.
Hey,
Nyla's
Nyla.
in the chat. Oh, another Fulton County superstar. Hey, girl. Hey. I didn't know Nyla even knew I had a channel.
I shared your live.
Sure.
I shared your live.
Oh my God, that's so sweet.
Or Al might just keep
Listen,
telling everybody, look, there's a really nice party going on. Al, you know, Al's a good guy
listen.
sometimes.
Reverend Al Go Rhythm just
Okay.
been hooking me all the way up. I'm not mad at Al at all. at
Mhm.
all. Wait, we are. Look, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm gonna keep to my time. I said from 5 to 6. We're almost at 6 o'clock. Are there any cases that we didn't cover? Let me see. Oh wait, I didn't give my Not Spike update. For those who don't know, Not Spike is my neighbor's dog. Now, let me
Okay.
give you a brief history of Not Spike.
Oh, love
I'm
not
minding
spike.
my own business, walking down the street, and I see a tiny, cute little dog walking down the street. My whole life, I have wanted to find a dog. In Bergen County, people will claw your eyes out over a dog. So I was like, this is my lucky day. So I spent all afternoon trying to catch this little dog, and I named him Spike. And I was putting like little treats and little pieces of hot dog, and it just kept barking at me in this hoarse bark, and I couldn't catch it. It's like a mini, like a teacup Yorkie. And I was like,
Okay.
those dogs are expensive. And look, I'm about to get me a free dog. Child, I'm out here looking like a cartoon character. I had a blanket, I had a leash, I was trying to capture it, but it kept running away. And then finally it ran up on my neighbor's porch, and I was like, oh, we got new neighbors. I was like, I think that might be the new neighbor's dog. But every time I saw him, I was like, here, Spike, here, Spike. And my husband kept saying, that dog's name is not Spike. I was like, fine, I will call him not Spike. So I keep up with little not Spike. And I have on several occasions tried to capture him. He's a crafty little thing. Well, the little boy who lives next door, he just turned 9. He's a little bit loquacious. He don't know nothing about that shut up life either. So I said, oh, where's your dog? And he said, Buddy Teddy. I forget not Spike's government name. He's not Spike to me. So I'm still trying to adopt not Spike, but it turns out not Spike is 17 years old.
Wow.
Aw.
I don't want an old dog. I mean, bless him. That's real sweet. I think his vision is bad. One of his legs is kind of limpy. I just want to brush him out and groom him real good and put him back. Although I do want to like cuddle him a little bit and tell him his real name is Spike. But in my heart, he will always be Spike. But people are constantly asking me about not Spike. Some of the neighbors called the police because they was like, that dog is gonna get hit. And I was like, not Spike is gonna be fine. Not Spike is very, very crafty and
Ah.
has avoided the popo because the police officers have come into my cul-de-sac several times looking for not Spike. Um, and the
Aw.
neighbors have been advised if he's found roaming these, because he walks himself. If he's found roaming the streets again, they will take him to the shelter unless I find him first and adopt him. Um, so
I just
not
can't
Spike
do
is
that.
well.
I can't let my dog out. Like my dog, yeah, he ran our dog Lambo, was it last week, 2 weeks ago? He ran off 2 times, like just ran out the front door and we had to go
Oh my
chase him down
God.
the street. Then another day he just like escaped. We were moving something out. We were trying to put some stuff on the truck and he like just escaped out the front door. So air tags later, and all that kind of stuff. So, it was, I mean, I cannot. I cannot. I've found a few dogs before. One time I actually had to get on like the neighborhood app, and I took a couple of
Wow.
pictures, posted them on the neighborhood app, and like within an hour and a half, it was like two neighborhoods over. They came and
Hmm.
rang our bell and came and got the dog. Um, and she showed me a
Wow.
couple of pictures in her phone and stuff, so it was like, okay, we validated that's your dog, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. When people let
It's
their
crazy.
dogs roam, I don't know. I feel it makes me nervous because I love my dog so much. If something happened or someone took my dog, I would be heartbroken, and I
Oh,
just could never like. I barely let my daughter ride her bicycle outside, like without like just being in the general. Like, don't go out the cul-de-sac. You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
Like my dog, like we don't. The dog, not like no, 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 no. I
I
gotta
can't
see.
even
I gotta see
imagine.
what's going on at all times. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, we're all dog owners on here, as a
Yeah.
matter of, and three of us
Hmm.
have the same dog. But
Emmy.
Oh,
I'm just like,
dachshunds.
This is
Everyone has
Emmy.
dachshunds.
Can y'all see Emmy?
Is she a
This is
no,
dachshund?
too
this
dark.
is
No, she.
this that's Emmy and
You have.
Tinsley.
Where's
Well,
Mm.
this
Where's Lucy?
she's down here somewhere. Here we go. So this is
Oh, I
Tinsley,
love a Labrador.
and that's
Oh,
Emmy.
Mm,
I
Oh,
love them.
and
Okay.
Lucy's down here at my feet.
All labs.
So, yeah, she's, thank you. I'm getting a wine refill from Chat Daddy.
Okay.
Nice. How you doing, Chat Daddy?
She said, how you doing, Chat Daddy?
Congratulations, Kathy.
Thank you,
I
Chat
watched. I watched.
Daddy.
She said, thank you.
Wait.
Can you hear?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, so deliciously country. Look at that boy.
No, these are my pajamas. These are my pajamas.
No, baby, I was
Nice
talking about your
smile.
voice. I was talking about your voice, not your
Oh,
clothes, but that's okay. You
oh,
are adorable.
oh! Thank you. Hey, I watched you through the whole day of Lori Shaver on the final day. Remember that? How like 12, 13, 14 hours?
Yeah, she gave me hell for that
Yeah.
earlier
Yeah.
about saying I
Yes.
was working her.
Yep, I watched
Your,
that.
your girl was working me like a Hebrew slave, honey. I am a corporate drone. I don't work like that. Mm-mm.
I know it. I know it.
That's okay. It was a
Oh,
good day, though. And then you took her to dinner. That made it perfect.
that's right. That's right. Yep,
And
we had a
look, as
good
long
day.
as you treat our Brandy good, we're not gonna have no problems at all.
That's
Aw.
right.
Keep her happy,
Uh,
keep her fed, give her that sausage, and you know.
Okay,
Yep,
okay,
yep,
that's
yep.
enough. That's enough. That's
Yay,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't know if you can hear me, Brandy. That was a private conversation.
I can hear you.
Over here just listening in on people's conversations. That's not right. What's wrong with you?
Oh my God, I'm bright red. Yeah, he's bringing me he brings me my wine refills.
Yeah, you don't gotta tell us what he's bringing you. No. We don't want to turn you red no more. Don't tell us what he's bringing you. It's okay. We know what he's bringing you. Sorry. Keeping you all the way together. No
I'm
problem.
bright red again. Bright red again.
Oh my God. Okay, look, I am over to look when I'm at work, I'm like, it's time for this meeting to be over. I'm so stressed out about doing a live. And I'm like, I feel like there's things I missed. But I'm so grateful to you ladies. I adore you don't even know how much it means to me to have my favorite true crime friends.
you.
These are the people that I listen to in my day. I'm like, Fran is not on. Okay, let me see what Tanika is talking about. Where the hell is Brandy Churchwell? I need a chart right now. Like I just and when in doubt, I go back and watch old stuff. But you ladies mean the world to me, as do our friends who are over here in chat, who I have not been ignoring. I just don't have the bandwidth to do all the multitasking. But
But you do such
thank
a
you.
great job live. You really do. And I know that you always say that you don't do lives and you don't feel like you do. You nail it every single time. Every time you've covered for me, every time you've done your own lives, you nail it. And the reason that you nail it is because you are so authentic and you are so truly yourself, and that is what really grabs people and resonates with people. And you are
Absolutely.
hilarious and nosy and all those good things too. But you are so authentically you, and we all adore you for it.
Thank you. Oh my God,
You
you're gonna
do.
make
You
me
do.
look
You
now.
did a
You're
really
making
good
me
job.
blush.
You're the best thing to wake up to every morning, I swear. It just kicks my day right in gear. And you got me catching lawsuits. Somebody's trying to charge me for attempted manslaughter because I recommended you, and they're out here choking on their chicken laughing. So don't even think about being funny. You're naturally funny. Do you know what I mean? Like, just
Oh
show
my
up and be
God.
you. You're amazing.
You guys are so sweet. I just show up and talk. I'm just like these are the thoughts that are going on in my head. I just happen to turn on my phone because honest to God, nobody in my house cares about true crime. I'm like, oh my God, this thing with Russell Laffitte. And my husband is like, is that a friend of yours? Is that a coworker?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
No.
Yeah. I talk about all these people like I know them. So when I'm telling people like in like the real world who aren't obsessive and weird like me, and I talk about them like I know them, and they're like, so is this somebody you went to high school with, or is this like what are we who are we talking about here? And so yeah, so I love that we are all able to come together as a family and talk about these people as if we know them.
You know what?
it's
One other thing.
amazing.
Let me just say, Long Island serial killer.
List.
Let me just drop that bomb down. I mean, that's going to be a good one.
That's gonna be
Okay.
big,
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
Be
I'm
big.
so he's so weird and creepy, and his family.
Girl. Rex Hurman.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not look, I don't cover any sort of Jersey unaliveness because it feels too close to home. I'm like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Although there is one a coworker of mine is like, well, you know about the serial killer who kidnapped somebody from your town or killed somebody from your town? I was like, wait, what? So apparently they were in touch with a psychic, and the psychic found the person. It's a whole mess. So I'll have to follow up on that. Anytime there's a psychic involved, I want to know every single thing. I don't believe
I
in
love
Absolutely.
psychics,
that.
but I do listen to them.
Yeah.
Well, there was the
Because
psychic in the Kohlberger case, the person for the TikTok psychic. Okay.
I
Don't
love that
forget
kid.
the TikTok
Emily D.
psychic.
Baker is
She
talking
gets
about her. The
something
TikTok
too.
psychic, she's a
Okay.
hundred kinds of crazy in all the best
Don't
ways.
get me talking about true crime because, I
Oh
mean,
my
Listen,
god.
girl.
So I
You're
want
like,
to
they
let me
say
tell
because
you, what
I
about this trial? What about that one?
what about the case that you sent, Kathy? I'm into that too. The one where they're setting up the husband. There's actually two because the other one they're calling an Adelson lookalike, and then there's one where they
Oh,
were
the
Googling
stupid lady.
the Addisons.
The
Like,
lady who was Googling the Addisons. Yes.
yes,
Oh my
yes,
God. If you're
and
using the
those
also
people.
Addisons as a blueprint, you deserve to go to jail. Okay?
right,
Shit, you deserve it. Case
yes.
closed. Like,
Maybe Google
Yeah.
And
somebody
I
who
think
didn't get
Wendy
caught
set everybody up. I think she set it all in motion with her
I do too.
histrionics, and then she it's
for
like throw the
sure.
rock, hide the hand, and now
mhm.
she's off in Texas doing whatever the hell she wants to do.
Yeah.
100%. And she's like, who, me? I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, girl. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, who said I've been a psychic? Megan Easton, you've been a psychic. What you mean you've been a
Like
psychic?
a real psychic or one of those 1-800 psychics. Because I
Well,
had a
I
Always
mean,
friend who worked for 1-800 psychic, and she was not a psychic. She was an actress in LA
psychic was
Struggling, like I
dismissed.
was.
I think of myself as a psychic. Sometimes I just feel things in my spirit and it feels true to me. And so I have to report it live.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Just put a disclaimer
Mm-mm.
on it and it's fine. Just put a
Right. For
disclaimer. Like, this is
purposes,
what I believe in my soul.
allegedly, right.
Yeah.
Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. This is what happened.
Right.
Oh my God.
Someone saying
Oh my
Corey
God.
Richins was Googling rich persons prisons because
Yes,
Yes.
she
does she
did.
know
Yeah.
she's going to jail? Like, what is going on with
Hmm.
that?
Luxury jails for rich people is what she was Googling.
Yes.
Like,
She wants them
girl.
instead of like the package of ramen noodles. She wants them ramen noodles in a cup. Like that's that's the difference that you
Oh
get at the
my
rich
God.
people's prison, where you get like the yeah. She
Mm-mm.
wants
They
her
have
internet.
prison consultants, and clearly she needs one because she's going to prison. She's already in jail. So she
Yeah,
needs to get a consultant and stop Googling.
yeah.
I did a commercial. I don't remember what case it was, but I did a commercial for prison consultants. It was just like a fake commercial that I made because I was looking at an old video the other day, and my commercial popped up in the it was when I used to do lunchtime true crime. I used to do a episode of Snapped every day at lunchtime.
Oh.
And in the middle of one, I was like, and now a word from our sponsor, which at the time I didn't have any sponsors. So I was like, well, who was going to be the sponsor? And it was me doing a commercial for prison consultants. And the prison consultancy service was called Oops.
Stop it.
I don't remember.
Was it
I
an
have to find
acronym
it.
for something? What did it stand for?
Yeah. Yeah. It was like appropriate prison I forget what it was, but it stood for something, but it was oops.
Oh, that's so cute. I like that. Someone was
When you're
saying
headed to jail, oops.
that they said they don't think that they've taken their eyes off Wendy, and I guess maybe she's talking about Wendy Adelson. They called. I
Yeah.
feel like one of the the prosecutors called her a unindicted
They have
co-conspirator.
spirit
Like
theater.
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
the prosecutors are calling you an unindicted co-conspirator, I mean, it would be safe to say absolutely. I mean, she's next. She's
Hmm.
next after mom.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talk about her fleeing to South America, the potential that she could flee to South America because she's connected with highly placed people in the Argentinian government. She's fluent in Spanish. She's an attorney. She's worked as an attorney in South America or Central
Well, if she
America.
wants to expedite her indictment, then go right on ahead. Because if she wants to get embarrassed at the airport like her mom did at Christmas time, go right on ahead and
Hmm.
get some
I'm here
tickets to
for it.
Argentina.
I,
Girl,
yeah.
go right on
Oh,
ahead. They're not going to let you go.
I
Please do
love
it.
that
I would
arrest
love to
so
have that
much.
She's just going to
project.
expedite her charges. If that's the word on the street, then I'm sure the people are working. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean,
Hmm.
can we just talk about this for a second too? The fact that people like us get on here every day and talk about micro aspects of cases,
Mm-hmm.
people are in the bushes. They're watching. They're not in the bushes. They're watching. It's engaging. People have different eyes. You have attorneys who have podcasts. You have private investigators. You've got people from all walks of life who are putting their eyes on cases and pulling different things that are relevant. And
Mm-hmm.
these these prosecutors are seeing this out here, and it's helping, um I think it's helping expedite some things. Sometimes it's helping bring to light additional evidence. It's helping bring to light people who are conspiring with others. So I if she wants to have that word out here that she's going out to Argentina, just let it get to the prosecutors and they will expedite what they
Mm-hmm.
need to, and she'll be embarrassed like her mom and dad.
Mm-hmm.
They
It's
will get her right at the
Katie
airport.
Cool Lady. Katie Cool Lady did a whole live stream about Wendy's, how she could flee to Argentina. I think it was Argentina. It was a Central or South American country. But I was like, Tanika, thank you. Tanika gifted
Because
5 memberships. Yup.
oh, that's
New members,
gifting some
go watch
friends.
that Brian Camp video. Look, I feel like when I'm on here talking, I feel like I'm just talking to like a couple of friends, and then
Mm-hmm.
people respond to it. So sometimes I'm like, I should maybe watch my mouth. Like, I should be a little bit more careful about the things I say, because people hear me. Like, the internet goes all over now. Who knew?
Girl,
I did not know.
everywhere, everywhere. They mentioned the
Look,
lawyer in the Boone trial, didn't they?
I think so.
I forgot what
Peter
his name is.
Tragos.
Peter,
Peter
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Tragos.
Cashman mentioned it, but she
Absolutely.
called him "Know Your Lawyer,"
Yeah.
KYL, instead of
But
the
all
lawyer.
of us, we
Yeah.
knew who they were talking about.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh my God, Brandy. Oh, wait, I clicked the wrong one. Thank you, Brandy, for the super. I can't even
The
talk.
super chat. Super chat.
The super
Hey.
chat. Imagine if I actually drank, right? Imagine if I actually consumed wine. It would be a whole situation. Y'all, where is Kaylee Cool Lady these days? I don't know. I think that, see, I took a break after the Rauschbaum fiasco. Yes, when Daniel Rauschbaum got kicked off that case, I could not have been happier about it.
Such a mess.
Um,
Such a mess.
so
She's
messy. He and his
around.
wife.
I think she's working on her book. Like she right after the Adelson
Yes.
stuff, she did some like heart open your heart space work, and then I think she's off working on her book and enjoying her husband. She's a woman of leisure.
Oh, good for her. Thank you, friend. Y'all are so sweet. Oh my God. Just such
Thank
generosity. The thing
you.
I'm really blown away by in this community, like the true crime community, women in true crime, women of
Oh,
color, just like the girl space, like the girl power of it all just fills my whole spirit. What's her name? Melanie Little played one of my videos on
I love her,
her
yeah.
stream the other day. I'd never heard of her. And people are like, "Oh, Melanie Little is talking about you." And I was like, "Who is Melanie Little?" And she was like, "Oh, go subscribe to Gossip, Rumor, and Innuendo." That's how I went from 10,000 to 12,000 in 2 days, because Melanie Little mentioned she played one of my videos when I was describing Brian Camp day one. She played that video, and all of a sudden my numbers were like, I was like,
Yeah. And
wait,
she,
what happened?
what I
that
love
was a
about
good
her,
video.
she is a girl's girl, and she likes to support other women. She's been, and she when I had some pretty hateful stuff coming at me, she reached out to me privately and checked on me, and I love that, because sometimes it can be hard on us in this world. There's a lot of things that I feel like we as women get that male creators don't have to deal with, and there's a lot of
For sure.
things that we are expected to just tolerate that can be like overly ridiculous, that we just kind of have to deal with, that a lot of male creators don't. And so I love Melanie, because she's one of those that she is a girl's girl, and she will reach out to you and say, this was messed up, I see this, are you okay, tell me how you're feeling. And so I love that, and she supports other women, which is something that I love about any other woman that supports other women. I'm all for it, so we need more of that.
I mean, listen,
Absolutely.
all of you ladies have. When I met Fran for what did we meet for? Coffee, tea, whatever it was over at the Starbucks that day.
Hmm.
Such amazing advice, business advice, life advice, just hanging out, mom advice, like amazing. A font of wisdom, this woman is a font.
Well, and you
I'm
got to
just
meet
like,
Farah. You got to meet
yes,
my
I got to
precious
meet Miss
my
Farah,
precious daughter.
her gorgeous,
Oh,
gorgeous daughter. And
oh.
Tanika is always good for a kiki. We had such an adventure. We were going to tea, and I ran over something and flattened the tire. And I was like, "We got a reservation, but we got to get this tire fixed." So we went and found a nice man who changed out the tire and didn't even charge us anything for it.
Aw.
Yep.
Oh,
We had.
that's
Where did we
good.
go, Tanika? We went to Harmony Tea Room up in Westwood. Amazing,
And the
amazing.
guy who
High
fixed the
tea,
tire was
kiki's
very
out.
cute. He was cute. He was fast. He was efficient.
Yeah. And I was like, can I pay you? He was like, no, no. I was like, Tanika girl, get in the car. We got this reservation. We about to be late.
Oh,
We went and had some tea. When when all of you, we have to all get together live and in person.
yeah.
Everybody just hop on a plane. We have a meetup spot right in the middle of where everybody lives. What's between Florida and North Carolina and New York, New Jersey? We got to find that spot right in the
DC,
middle. Hmm?
DC, Richmond, Virginia. Yeah, probably
We'll
like
figure
that.
it out. I go to Virginia a lot for work, so we'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, and I've never been, so it could be me and Chad Daddy can make a trip. I'll tell him we need to make a trip and go see it. So I'm all for it.
Yes, yes,
All
yes,
for it.
yes. But I hear Brandy's coming to New York soon. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Yep.
We'll see what happens. Things are in the works. But listen, I actually have to go cook dinner for me familia. Wait, did I get all these super chats? Y'all, I have missed so many super chats. Wait, this is the one that I thought I missed before. Purple Irish sweater. I was just saying thank you, GRI, for all the joy and none of the PTSD. Right? That's my whole goal. It's like tell you what happened in the case without having you go see your therapist. Thank you, Fran, Brandy, Tanika, as well as all of you who make the tubes of you funny to
Oh,
view.
thank
Oh,
you.
thank you so much. She's the best. Also, when I was in the hospital one night, I was texting her late, like, girl, I didn't tell my family, but I'm over here in the hospital. I was
Stop
disclosing.
it.
I had RSV, and I was like, by the time I wake up my husband and my sons and explain, like, I could be dead. Let me just get in this car. I'm sure they're just gonna give me like a Tylenol or something. I'm gonna be good. And they were like, no, girl, this is bad. Your lungs are having spasms. I was like, oh.
No.
And I don't remember how it happened. She happened to be up and I happened to be up and we ended up messaging each other back and forth. And she was like, don't ever do that. You have to tell someone when you go to the hospital. I was like, well, I'm telling you. Anyway, lived. It was fine. Um, let's see. 14 months a member. Ellie Staggs, thank you so much. Hey, love you, Kathy, and all y'all heifers.
All
That's
y'all
a
have
word.
us.
Oh,
We all need a Fran and a Mrs. Sparks. We sure do. We sure do. I feel like I've missed so many of these. Oh my God, became a
I've
new
almost.
YouTube members. Thank you. Look, child, I'm not bilingual. I barely speak English. Um,
I've almost is one of my
Alice
members too.
Turner, thank you for the super chat. Okay, Brandy, pronounce that one for me.
I've almost.
Avi. Uh-huh. Gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much. Look, Bible Lady, like God, she everywhere. She's everywhere.
ooh.
Thank you so much, Bible Lady, for the super chat. The best part of waking up is Kathy and Bougie in your cup. All
Oh, that's
right.
so sweet.
Bougie is
Very
the
sweet.
sound. She goes live 25,000 times a day.
No,
So
I don't. Don't
between
tell that.
between you and Nyla, that's how I start my day. I'm telling you, Nyla La. What is Nyla's new channel? She's not
Nylala. Yeah,
Nyla La.
NYLAH dash LA.
Yeah, I love
Mhm.
Nyla La. Hilarious. KD. Wait. I did it again. DK, I'm getting dyslexic in my old age. Became a member. Thank you so much. Jennifer Summers. Congrats. 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 Can't wait to see you on tour in 2025. Child, I'm going to be sitting right. I don't even want to leave my house. Tour. Is tour coming over here? Cause wait.
It'll be sponsored by Netflix.
You can have a meet and greet, just sit at the table and everybody come over to
Exactly.
you.
There you go.
I can sit right here. Y'all can just you can come in the front door and then make your way out the back door. Shake
We'll
everybody's
just
hand, sign a book.
we'll set it up like a lemonade stand. We'll just put it out in the yard, and then like have like a table out there and stuff, and then people can just come by, and it'll be great. It'll
I
have
love
like a
that
whole we'll have a
idea.
whole thing. Yeah, it'll be great.
I love that idea. Kristen with a C found Kathy from Brandy, found Tanika from Kathy, and just sub to Fran because of Kathy. Full circle. I
Thank
love
you.
that. That's awesome. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Let's see. Tosh gifted a membership. Thank you. Tosh,
Oh,
we
hey
definitely
Tosh.
have to get together and go to Bryant Park because the craft fair is back. I need to get there this week. Send me a message, girl. We got to make it happen. Um, Dog mom, love you, Kathy. Congratulations. Thank you,
Oh, hey
thank you,
dog
thank
mom.
you. Hayseed, like hayseed.
Haze. Maybe
Okay,
Haze.
hayseed.
Oh,
Hazy became a member. Thank you so much. Look, child, go watch that Brian Camp video. It's a hot ass mess. Um, Leah SM, a member for four. Have I had memberships for 14 months? Is that on my channel? I
Yeah.
don't think I had memberships for 14. Maybe I have. You know I don't know. I have no idea.
do
Okay,
you
so
think
listen.
has Corey Richins started yet, or are they still in pretrial? Because I've seen her on Court TV, but is it all pretrial?
Pre-trial.
It's all
Yeah,
pretrial.
she
Okay.
just had a hearing trying to get bond again.
Okay, so maybe this is the time. If anybody's not watching, maybe it's time. Corey Richards, because I've heard of what's going on, but maybe it's just time. I love getting in at pretrial
Mhm.
because once it already starts, it's like I'll wait
You got to get
till the
caught up.
defense, or we'll wait till the prosecution rests or something. It just depends on how I maybe like my gut instinct about who's on trial. And but I like catching something at the beginning, especially if I don't know a lot about it, because then that makes me kind of want to start doing my research and like, ooh, I just
Hmm.
read the complaint and it's juicy, guys.
Yeah. Oh, I go down that rabbit hole when I
Yeah,
when I see
because
yeah.
when you find a case at the arrest, it could be 2 years. I mean,
Yeah.
look at Koberger, right?
Yeah.
But if you're
Yup.
just now discovering something and they're in pretrial, that's like all the wait time
Perfect.
is has been
Done.
eradicated for you. All the other people have been waiting, kind of like people maybe who got into Sarah Boone. I felt like I was waiting for Sarah for probably about a year and a half. I
Hmm.
wasn't in
For
it at the
sure.
beginning, but I was in it when I first heard of the story on Law and Crime, and then it was like she was set for trial, and then she was set for trial again, and then there was like a huge time, maybe right around when she got I guess like the last two lawyers, and then leading up to what just occurred. But yeah, that was good. I enjoyed that very, very much. I'm not gonna lie, that was a great trial.
So much.
Hmm.
So much. And the Kitten Hill killer, what was his name? The little
Tell
dude
us.
who was Tellus,
Oh
Robert
Tell
God,
us.
Teller.
Bob Trellis, yes. Oh my
Yeah.
God, the narrative, his
No, he
narrative.
wasn't the killer.
Uh,
Remember, they were out to get him. The real
yeah.
estate people. The
Yeah.
jury got it wrong.
I'm doing so in my podcast. I've been doing. I've been starting to do like kind of like one story episodes to kind of like because right now like I just need a break from Karen Reed for a minute.
Oh
Mm,
yeah.
okay.
So I've been doing some of my like the one that I did on the triple homicide in Wisconsin. My next one's going to be on Tellus, and I'm already like. I had to listen to his testimony again. I had to like go through all that again. I had to put myself through that again just to get like the recap. And so, but
His
yeah, my next one's
pre-trial
gonna be on him
hearings
on the
were
Kitten Hill
great
Killer.
too. Like when he
Yeah,
asked to be pro
yeah,
se and all those. Have you seen those? Those are really good.
yes,
I
yeah.
loved his judge.
He's a whole hot. I do love the judge. I do love the judge. He is a
Yeah.
whole hot mess. And when he said his height wrong when he was on the stand and he said
He
his
said
height
like
wrong.
6'2" or something, like 6 something.
Yeah,
He's
a
in his
juror
heart,
question came back too. It's
in
like
his heart and mind.
and he identifies as 5 or 6'2", but he's not even close.
Well,
So
I
when the juror
identify
question,
supermodel. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I identify as a millionaire, but it ain't
Right.
happen right here.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
My wallet
um,
You
identifies
can
as
be
Oprah's
whoever you
wallet.
want.
yeah. But oh gosh, he's a mess. And I remember I was in court for Laurie Shaver, and I saw Matt Johnson there from Court TV. And I was chit chatting with him, and I asked him, I was like, because he interviewed Tellis after the trial, and he did
Oh
like the jailhouse
yes.
interview. And I asked him, I was like, I gotta know, how did you keep a straight face when you were talking to Tellis? And he was like, I just kept looking at the clock. Like that's how he just kept looking at the
Wow.
clock. That's the only way that he could like keep it straight. And and I told him, I was like, but what if Compass Realty really gets away with this? Like, oh gosh, ridiculous. Oh, ridiculous.
He was so crazy. I just loved calling him the Kitten Hill Killer because he
Kitten
had
Hill
them
Killer.
little lifts in his shoes and he was like his
Mm-hmm.
little funny
But
walk.
it was the
Y'all.
people in the office for me. Like they were really, and I mean, I get it because I know that there's a lot of people in corporate America or municipal, or just, in the quote unquote work environment of today. And there's a lot of PTSD. There's a lot of bad bosses and
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
overly verbose, overly aggressive, all of the bad things that really should not be occurring in the workplace. But they were really like they were like, and there was that one woman who really felt guilty that
Mm-hmm.
the guy got killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She felt like it was all her fault. And I was
Yeah.
just waiting for someone to say, sis, it's not your fault.
Yeah.
This guy is an egomaniac. Like whatever he was going to
Yeah.
do and whatever was going to happen anyway. And I'm like, is anyone there I'm trying to take you off the hook through the airwaves, but did
Mm-hmm.
anyone in this circle let you know it's not your fault?
I
He's a
Right.
sure hope
murderer
so. I sure hope so, because
because
you could
that
tell
Yeah.
that they
lady,
did, and they cried,
they
in the
were
gallery, and like they had a really tough
I
time
felt
with
bad
it.
for them. Like
I did
they
too.
were really having a hard time. And
Yeah.
I wonder, like, I don't know. I mean, I get that people feel guilt and things like that, but I really hope
Mm-hmm.
someone gave her at least just some passing grace of sis, it's not your fault. Like
Yeah.
it's not your fault. Um, you see something, say something,
Right.
and the man was doing his
She did the
job.
right thing. She did
Yeah.
the right thing. That dude was nuts. And if
I
it wasn't
mean,
that reporter, he would have done something terrible to somebody else, his wife,
Somebody,
his
yeah.
kids, who knows who else.
right.
Yeah.
There's,
And he had written several
Unhinged.
articles on him, right? So there was something there. So it wasn't. It was definitely was, and I hope somebody is like close to them in their ear, telling them they're not responsible.
yeah, because the
Yeah.
people in the office
Yeah.
were really beside themselves. I felt really bad for them.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it was. I'm so happy for you, Kathy.
Thank you, thank you. It's
Can
my
somebody
Oh,
friend's
drop it
channel
in the
is Real Talk Bougie. If you're looking for Miss Francoise with all of her wisdom, she is Real Talk Bougie. Brandy is at the 13th Juror on YouTube, and Tanika got 25,000 channels. She's the hardest working woman in podcasting in YouTubing. She has Tanika's 2 cents, Simply Tanika, and Tanika has a baby. I don't know, girl. What's your other channel?
oh wow. So you have some like mom
oh my
content?
god. Yeah, so I have Simply Tanika, which is all about my fertility journey that started in 2017, but I started the channel. Oh, I did at the end of
Mhm.
2017. And then I have Becoming Tanika, which is about my mental health journey. And then Where I'm Nosy, Tanika's 2 cents is brand new. It's not even 4 months.
Yeah,
Aw.
it's grown like crazy. Tanika's 2 cents is on fire. It's amazing. It's
Aw.
amazing. And hopefully Tanika and I will cover we just got this giant document dump. Daisy, Holly, dog, see me talking to the people. Um Somebody sent me a massive, massive document dump of Katie Rastelli documents. I don't do documents. I sent them to Tanika. I'm like, girl, you break them all down and then I'll summarize into like a 15-minute thing. I don't,
Oh, I
that's
love
not what I would
documents.
fly.
I
And then
love documents.
somebody sent me an email that was like, you need to investigate, and they gave like doxed another person and was like, you need to ask them this question and this question and this question. And I was like, hello. So I reached out to some of my behind the scenes sources down there in South Carolina, and they were like, "Oh, that's possibly an unindicted co-conspirator. That's kind of what he does." And I was like,
Okay.
Oh, oh.
"Is unalive trying to reach me? No, no, sir. No, no, no. Again, if it requires leaving my house, no, thank you. I'm not reaching out to that lady. No,
Did you start a
mm-mm.
PI business?
Like, sir, you have read the room all wrong. I just get on here and talk about other people's work. Like, no, no, thank you. You might want to call, what's his name? Will Folks down there in South Carolina. He loved getting up in folks' business.
Okay.
Loves it. Loves it. Loves for it. Yeah.
That's all he does. That and talk about how he got in Nikki Haley's draws, but okay, whatever, Will Folks. Anyway.
Well, look, I mean, didn't her, oh, I'm thinking about the other South Carolina, the governor who took off when he said that he
Oh,
remember the guy who took
Mark
off and
Stanford.
said he was
Yes.
camping and he was going to
Hmm.
see his girlfriend like in Brazil or something. It was like, wait a second, but
Argentina.
you said you went camping, but you were
Yes.
like in Brazil.
He was
Listen.
like, they got trees in Brazil.
Okay, Mark, yeah, that was hilarious. And it was
Yeah,
like
he
right
was in a
around
bush, all right. Come
Thanksgiving.
on now. He
It was
was in a
like, sir,
bush.
you are not absent around Thanksgiving and just leave your family. As the governor, and you just decide to take off and go see your girlfriend. What is wrong with you?
Ah.
Kathy's like, it was
Mm-mm.
in somebody's bush.
We wonder about all the things we don't know about, right? Like those are the things we found out about. What's the stuff we didn't find out about? Like,
Oh, there's so
I don't
much.
know.
There's so
I'm
much.
sure. I'm
I just,
sure.
I want access to cell phones. Like that's where you find all the good stuff. Just people's cell phones. Like if I, and this is why I could like don't ever hire me if you are like a big deal and I don't like you because if as soon as you go to the bathroom in the restaurant, I'm gonna swipe your cell phone. I'm gonna find out your
Okay.
code. I'm gonna go through all your stuff. I'm gonna be nosy. That's where all the good stuff is. Find somebody's
She's
cell
like,
phone.
I got this little celebrate right here. Let me just celebrate your phone real
Well,
fast.
because
Don't worry about
they
it. Don't
got
worry about
Murdoch, and the Snapchat,
Yeah,
the
it.
Snapchat
Mm-hmm.
that didn't go through, or that was deleted or
Yep.
whatever.
yeah,
Thankfully, the
Sarah
phone,
Boone and her.
all the data in the wife's phone,
yeah,
the OnStar data. That was I
yeah,
I didn't I wasn't in the Murdoch trial from the beginning. I came in around the time that the prosecution was questioning the CFO of the law firm, and
Oh,
just that
see?
forensic
Making sure.
data and the forensic testimony. I
Yes.
yeah,
was like, oh my God, just
yeah,
all that receipt
Loved it.
and all of the deception around
yeah.
the stealing of the money. And then when, of course, Alex got on the stand, that was amazing. There were
The
so many
snot and
great parts. It
everything.
was like who's in the
Oh,
gallery. It was like the who's who
Yeah,
of the trial all watching,
yeah.
and
mm-hmm.
all the redhead Murdochs in the gallery,
Buster
and
Murdoch and his
all the
beard. I mean,
all the people who
fiance.
never got
Mm-hmm.
paid for their lawsuits
Yeah.
on this side. And oh, it was just like, I'm like, oh, there's that guy. I loved it. That was amazing. That was amazing. Yeah, that
Yes.
was a great trial too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was living for the I was walking through Target and I saw the Murdochs on the cover of People magazine and I was like, these look like regular people, like not celebrities. Who are these people? And I never buy magazines, but I picked it up and I threw it on the belt because I'm on my way out and I read it after I got home and I was like, Googling madly. Nobody was covering the case. And then I discovered Mandy Matney had a podcast and she had one episode up and it was not great. But I was like, the quality, the sound, whatever, it was like at her kitchen table or something. I was like, I don't care about the quality. She has got the goods. And I've stayed on that case from Mandy Matney's
Yeah.
very first episode all the way through. And because I was just riveted.
Yeah.
Also, I'm super nosy. I love other people's business.
Mm-hmm.
It's my favorite.
Wait, can
Yeah.
I just throw something out here? If you are a brand new YouTuber and your first episode is flawless, well produced, well scripted, and tight as a button, I'm calling out YouTube Plant. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Everyone's first couple of videos are
Yeah.
rough, but I think people come back
Yeah.
because they see that there's something that they like, they heard something that was, that was good,
Yeah.
and they
Yep.
decided to hit that subscribe button. So yeah, everyone's videos are pretty cringe, at
I
least the first one.
posted my first video. I probably
I've
shouldn't have.
seen it.
I
I
posted
loved.
my I
You
put
were
my
like,
first
"Is it on? Is it
my
on?"
first video.
So cute.
It's 41 seconds of me going like trying to figure out like how to hit record. It's 41 seconds of me doing that because I could not figure out how to hit record to do my first video because everybody's like, "Oh, you should make a YouTube. You should make a YouTube." So here I go, try to make a YouTube and can't figure out how to hit record. So it's 41 seconds of me looking at the screen like confused. And I was like, "You know what? Whatever. It's my first video. I posted it anyway." And my first podcast, I went back and listened to it for the first time last week. That's rough. So my first podcast was from Letitia Stock when I was doing the recap videos. And so with that case, as a mom, I struggled with that case. Like that was the first case that I had done where it was like a young child and it was so, like that one was tough for me. So I struggled, and that video I remember having to like re-record different, because this is before I was doing lives. This was like I can't do live. That's not my thing. I was just doing the recap videos, and I had to re-record different parts like 7, 8, 9 times because I was like, and then what happened was, and like I could not like get my whole life together to be able to like report on it. It was really hard because like as a mom of a boy, I'm just like it was tough. So for my podcast, when I started to do the podcast, my first few videos are just the audio from those videos. My first few podcasts are the audio from those videos. It's so bad. It's so bad. And I was listening the other day. I was like, I should probably redo these and like post them before. Because like if anybody, like I'm surprised that anybody even still listens to my podcast. Like if you start on season 1, episode 1, I am sorry. And I appreciate you still being here because that was rough to get through. I couldn't listen to it. So I
You've done so many and they're so good. As soon as they drop, I'm like, oh, Brandy has a new episode. Boop, there we go. I love it. I love it.
I've kind of gotten the swing of it now. But when I started, like I've been doing this, a year and a half. And when I started, I had no clue what I was doing. I was like, so how does this whole podcast thing work? Because I listen to them all the time. But I was like, y'all are so jealous. I can pet one of you without having to pet the other. Goodness gracious. Life of a stay-at-home dog mom. So I know now how to do it. Like I've learned the hard way because it's like when you mess up enough things, you learn what not to do. So I've learned the hard way. But man, going back and listening to those first ones, I'm like, oh, that's what I sound like. That's what that's how that went. Okay, so yeah. I feel like I mean,
every video I make, all I can see is what's wrong, right? Like my head is turned the wrong way, my whatever. All I can see is what's wrong. Still to this day, in every video I make, all I can see is what's wrong. But people keep coming back, and I look at the comments just to feel like, oh, okay, not necessarily the comments, the number of comments, or like, did it get a like, or is somebody else talking about it? And the other day I had the experience of sort of sitting in the audience, watch people watch my video when Melanie Little played my video on one of her lives. And it was fascinating to me because the parts that she stopped at and she's like, oh, well, this is interesting, or this is funny, or this is this. And I was like, it was unbelievable to me because I'm like, I never, like what I said, number one, when I'm talking, I'm not listening. So she's like, oh, you said this. And I referred to somebody as a Mama Luke. I just throw that word around all the time. And she's like, oh, I haven't heard that word in ages. And I was like, oh, yeah, I do say Mama Luke a lot.
She must be from Jersey. She must be from the Northeast.
Girl.
I don't know if they use that anywhere else. But no, I mean, it is interesting to hear other people's perspectives. But the fact that you are that you critique your work, that's good because that gives you opportunity for, how would it be if you looked at yourself and was like, okay, perfection, you know what I mean? Like, take it as it's an opportunity to always know that I'm still working at this and this is a skill that I'm going to continue to develop, even if it's perfect for everybody else. If it's not perfect for you, that's okay, because you delivered it, people enjoyed it, and then you're on to the next one, and you can always do more and better. So that's the way I always look at it. Because sometimes I feel like oh, that was bad, And then people are like, "Oh my god, that was the funniest!" What I may think
You're
is hilarious or funny.
hilarious. Some of the things that just like roll off your tongue. I'm like, I can't listen to this on the bus because I'll be hollering out loud.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's just like I said, like what you said. I'm not really. I'm just talking. I'm talking like I'm talking to my
Yeah.
friends. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
these topics are fun for me, so I really do enjoy it.
Absolutely.
I like talking to other people who are into current events, hot topics, interesting cases. So it's
Mhm.
I think we all vibe off of each other. So it brings a great energy. So
Yeah.
For sure. For sure. And now all my coworkers at my regular job, they're like, "Have you heard about this case?" And they come in there like they're trying to tell me about a case that I covered 3 cases ago. But I'm just like, mm-hmm. And you know what else happened,
Yeah.
Or they're like, "Have you investigated or what have you heard about this, this, and that?" Like everybody wants me to investigate all these different things. And I'm like, y'all know I'm here for a regular job. That's not investigation, right?
look, don't let them let you start to investigate like who took 2 boxes of the good pens out of the supplies. Okay, like they need to stop asking you to investigate things. You might start investigating some things in that office.
Be like,
Okay.
get off of me.
That's
Putting up
it. Who's been
cameras
eating
and
those
stuff.
leftovers in that fridge? Who's
Okay,
been eating that? Who's
I
been eating
just got the
the?
badge swipe report, and I need to see all of you at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
There's one
The
heifer that
best
takes
swipe
everybody's
report.
leftover food. I'm not gonna
Okay.
name names, but I'm just like, I know who
Oh
she
my
is.
god.
Everybody's like, why did the food disappear? I know exactly who it is.
There was this time where people were stealing lunches all the time for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, this one girl that I knew, she was a good friend of mine. I had opened up the refrigerator, put my lunch in, and I happened to see her lunch bag, and she had a post-it note on it that said, "Not yours." I died. I still think it's funny because how people put their name and on it, it just said, "Not yours." I still think that's funny.
I love
That's
that. Look no
hilarious.
further. Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Oh wait, are they stealing lunches that somebody else cooked? Because I know people for
I
years
don't
and
even know. I would never. I would like,
You
oh,
for
don't
some
know
okay,
how
it's like,
clean
really?
somebody's
Is this what we're
kitchen
doing?
is.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, gross.
Mm-mm.
Absolutely
But
gross.
anytime there's leftover food, there's one like because they do like when they have like a big meeting or a party or something, they'll put the food in the refrigerator. There's one lady who just what clean out the whole place, the
Like rather
forks,
than
the
let
napkins, the
everybody get a
plates,
chance to kind of nibble off it over the next day, she's just like, I'm gonna take this home for dinner.
Oh,
everything. And
that's
I'm like,
Rude.
okay,
hilarious.
Heifer, I see you. I
Rude.
see
Uh
you.
huh.
Like,
Sometimes I feel bad for the young people though, because I don't know. Like they got 6 roommates living in Manhattan. I'm like, if you need that rice, girl, go on and put it in that bag. I didn't see nothing. Because we get
this
food
is
catered all
true.
the time. Like,
Yeah.
I remember being broke eating ramen noodles. Like,
Mhm. Yeah.
You're like, oh, I got some protein. I got free protein over at the job. Hang on now. That's hilarious. Yo, I've said 12 times that I was about to leave. But I'm
okay,
still
Mhm.
sitting
really
here
fast
running
though.
my mouth.
Somebody is asking for membership emojis. I
Oh,
was
I don't
trying
know
to
how to
mark
do
it.
that.
Oh,
I'm
I can
not
help
even
you. Tell me
entirely
what you want.
sure.
I can help.
I'm not entirely sure that this live is recording, if you want to know the truth, because there's a
It is.
recording button and I
It
didn't push
is.
it. So I don't
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 hit
know.
don't
it
touch
again. No,
anything. Yeah.
it is. You'll lose it because
Okay.
that's how I lost my second. I hit record again and it recorded over it for 45 seconds and it wiped out my whole 2 hour live.
We got dog drama.
Okay.
So it'll stay
Uh-oh.
on YouTube. It's just, are you getting a copy into your StreamYard file? You know what I
Oh,
mean?
I see. I
Um,
see.
but even if
Y'all
you
know I don't know what
didn't,
I'm doing.
in your YouTube
Tinsley.
studio, you can always download from
Tinsley.
your YouTube studio. So don't worry.
Okay.
Mine
That
overrode
dog
it.
is showing.
I was crying.
She thinks she's on Only Pause. She's confused. She doesn't know what show this is. It's
Oh,
fine. It's
okay.
fine. Everything's fine.
She's out there
No,
showing
only
all her goodness and
pause.
mercy. Go on, girl. You got it flaunted. Go ahead. Do ya. Need some draws on that dog. Like,
Oh
a
my
little pair of
god.
boxer shorts or something.
Ah,
Listen,
she
I
she's she,
in my mind, the four of us could get together and start a detective agency or something like
okay.
that.
that would
Okay.
be so fun.
That
I
was
love being up in other
Right?
people's business. I'm down for
Absolutely.
it.
okay.
Hey,
Absolutely. I'm
look,
here.
Lucy's
So
getting him in
cool.
check. Calm down.
Especially if
everybody
it's
calm down.
everybody's business, but I feel like it's people who are like need a little humbling. I like to be in their business. Like, let's find out what the real is. Like, what's going
Mhm.
on?
Yeah.
But I mean, listen, I will not discriminate. I will mind anybody. If you talking too loud on the bus, you having a conversation on your cell phone, I'm like, turn down my podcast. It's like my cousin said the other day. There was a person sitting. I was on the bus on my way into the city, and there was I'm sitting in the back seat of New Jersey Transit, and the person in the seat in front of me was reading text messages on their phone,
Uh-huh.
and they had the font real big, and then they made it small. So I'm on a group chat with my cousins. I was like, can you believe the nerve of this person? They just shrunk down their text messages. And she's like, why you read people's text messages anyway? I'm like, those are community text messages. If you were sitting on the bus reading the text message and your font is at 65, that's our text message. That's
Yeah.
not your text message.
Yeah.
It's
We
our
all want
text
to know what she's
message
cooking for
now.
dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a rule.
Yes.
Let
That's a
me say,
rule.
one of my good friends, I guess she's nosy too. But remember, like those as seen on TV devices? There was like this device once upon a time. It was like a hearing type thing, almost like a hearing aid.
Yes.
Remember? And the person would be in their yard, and it's like, if you need to hear what your neighbor's talking about, like adjacent across the street. And she was like, I'm getting you one of those because you are so nosy. You're always
Yes.
trying to hear everything.
Yes. Okay, so listen.
She's
So
like, that's
s-
you all day.
I'm the same. So okay, so Chat Daddy, he's military. He's special forces he was in military for 22 years. So there was an IED that went off, and so he has he has partial hearing loss, so he has hearing aids. So I'm like, let me borrow them sometime. Like, let me do you know what I could hear if you just loan them to me sometimes? Like, because I'm thinking like because he can hear so much with it. Like he has like partial hearing loss, and I get it, and I'm sorry. Like I'm
It is a medical device, but
I am.
your AirPod could do it.
But I'm like, you can hear so much more when you put these things on. Like I can hear the people's conversations that I'm not supposed to hear. So I'm like I could take advantage of this. Like, so I'm like sitting here trying to get Chat Daddy's damn hearing aids so that I can hear the conversation I'm not supposed to be hearing over here. I mean, if we have it, why not? This is our hearing aids
Not the
now.
hustle.
Yes.
You
That
know
sounds
not
like good for
our
child
hearing aids
watching.
There is a setting in your if you have AirPods, there's a setting in the accessibility settings, and you can almost turn your AirPods into a not quite medical device level, but there is a enhancement in your accessibility tools for hearing. So go to that, and then
Let
you
me
can
write this
amplify
down.
your AirPods.
Hold on. I'm gonna
You
write
know,
this
there's like a million
down.
and one secrets
Kathy
in
was
Apple.
right. You're a font
Yeah.
of
Hold on.
information.
You know how like
AirPod.
Apple has a million and one things. Like if you talk to 5 Apple people, you'll get something new and they'll get something new because chances are we're all doing different skills. But yeah, there's something in there in the hearing. I saw it. And it always makes me think of Miracle Year. Absolutely.
Listen, I sit here
I
and I
got my
have my little
notes.
Ziggy.
Okay.
I just wrote it down too because I'm that kind of
Yeah,
nosy.
Me too.
next time you're in the gallery at the in court, that would be good because you can
Yes.
hear. Yeah, that would be good
There's
for
so
Oh,
many times
that's
when I was like in court and I wanted to know what they were saying, and I'm like,
right. That would be good for some like purposeful snooping or purposeful eavesdropping,
yes,
right?
yes. Ugh.
look. We need to get a branded Miracle Ear deal. Like, we need to bring the Miracle Ear back. Where
Yes,
is that?
we need that for like professional nosy services, right?
Listen,
Yeah.
don't let somebody be walking down my street and I'm sitting here. I have an Alexa device that sits right here beside me, and I'll turn on that Ring doorbell and just listen to the people walking down the street. I don't know what they be talking about, but what if they say something good? I'm like,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What I love is when they're talking crap on the phone, and they're like, you know what, like Julie Smith said this, and I'm googling like I'm on Facebook like Julie Smith, what she said, like what's this ever been saying? Like I'm like literally that, and I use that as an example. It literally happened the other night. Like my friend and I we had gone to dinner, and we are like, our friend owns this like restaurant and wine bar, and so she's sitting here like talking to her other friends about this one person who was like, I'm not going to say the real name, but she was like, she was talking about, like, she's like, I can't believe she did this and this and this. And she and I both stopped mid conversation so that we could hear what was happening over here,
Mhm.
and then we're like, let me just pull up who
Okay.
this is. Like,
Absolutely.
yeah, looking up who Julie Smith or whatever her name was, like looking it up to see who she is. Yeah, we're that kind of nosy. No shame in my
I
game.
love,
Mm-mm.
love, love it. Periodically and from time, normally I have like at least one earbud in, but
Mm.
my coworker said to me, sometime just walk around like on your lunch hour, walk around Midtown Manhattan with no earbuds in. You'll hear the most amazing conversations because it's a big city,
Oh, I
it's
bet.
crowded, everybody is minding their own business. But if you see two people walking down the street talking or whatever, they're talking about the coworkers, they're talking about their spouses, their kids, their whatever. She's like, you'll find out all kinds of stuff. So she's like, I'm going on my walk. I'm going on a listening walk. I'm like, okay, girl, go on your listening walk. Like, I need to take
That's
more
So,
nice.
listening walks.
being in New York, you hadn't thought about going over to Diddy or anything like that, kind of see what's going on with that at the federal building?
No, that's too far from where I work.
Okay. Okay.
Because I'm midtown. I'm midtown,
Okay.
and I'm like, but there's a lot of things about that case. I'm like, it might
It's a
not be
lot.
for me.
It's a
It might
lot.
not be for
And I
me.
don't think we know. Like, I think they're still digging. I think there's going to be a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And they're
yeah.
talking
I'm
about
like,
celebrity children were involved. Like, it's, oh my God.
yeah.
Look
There's
at
a
him.
9-year-old. I'm like, mm-mm.
Do you guys see him getting out? Not well, not
Nah.
let's say not future tense. I'm talking about just next,
Oh,
on bail, not
pre-trial.
not
Oh,
No.
getting himself out of this trouble. Do you
Mm,
think they're going to give him some time out on these streets to get
no.
his
He would leave. He's
or
already intimidating witnesses from jail. Let
yeah,
him sit there.
yeah. I was going to say he's breaking all kinds of rules while he's in jail. They can't control him while he's in the jail, federal prison. So there or federal detention or whatever. But I don't think they're going to let him out. I
yeah,
think he's going to
it's
do
too
everything he
risky.
can do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's one of those like Harvey Weinstein types that it wouldn't surprise me if he unalived himself. I hope that he doesn't, but it wouldn't be that surprising to me if something or if like somebody attacked him or something like that. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We will see.
Yeah, him being
Listen,
attacked wouldn't surprise me either.
yeah, and the kids, all I mean, the ladies, the just people have mothers and daughters and sisters and whatever. Nobody wants to be bothered with his foolishness. Like, nah,
But prison is especially hard on child diddlers and or kitty
yeah,
diddlers. How do they say it? He whatever it
mm-hmm,
is, he's a diddler, so they're not going
mm-hmm,
to be kind to him.
and good because he spent a lot of years doing a lot of terrible things, and now it has
He's had
come
more
full
fun. He's
circles.
had enough. Like he can't complain that he didn't have a good time out here. Like you know what
At
I'm saying? You know
all.
how some people are like I spent so much time working. I was raising kids. Da, da, da. I'm like, okay, you say you invented the remix. You say you made the white party what it is. You made the Hamptons what it is. You're king of
What?
Miami, king of New York. Sir, you have had more fun. You cannot complain about being in custody right now, that you just want to eat good and spend some time with your kids. You have had the most, you've done the most out here. You've done the most.
For
You should
real,
be
for
good.
real.
Yeah. Like,
From Farnsworth Bentley. Remember that dude who used to
Oh
be
mhm.
his like
gosh, I
butler or
Yes.
forgot
whatever?
about him. I forgot
That's who
about
I want to
him.
hear from.
Oh
That's
my
because you
God.
know he knows things.
Well, I
He's
want to
got
hear from
to know
Stevie
things.
J. I want to hear from Stevie J. I want to hear from Little
Mm,
Kim. I would like to hear from Mary J.
mm,
Blige. I would like to hear from Casey and JoJo.
Mm-hmm.
I would like them to take it all the way back and really hear about how this whole thing kicked off, and anyone who
yep,
knows anything about Biggie and
yep.
the early days. I mean, Andre Harrell's gone, Heavy D is
Mm,
gone. A lot of people are gone that were his cohorts. I don't
yep,
mean, and I mean that in like a professional way,
Up
like
here,
as
like
far as all
federal.
of the CEOs, all of these guys who created Uptown Music, all of the people who were the heads of small labels at that
yep.
time.
Mm-hmm.
All these guys are gone. Harrell's gone.
Russell
Heavy
Simmons
D is
living on another
gone.
planet
Russell
now.
Simmons got ghost. Everybody's, Diddy's
Yep,
last, I don't want to say he's last man standing because really would that would probably be Jay-Z of that era.
for sure.
I don't want to say particularly
But for
50 Cent,
how
but as
long
far
is
as
he
people
staying?
who are leading up labels, and
Mhm.
and then Rock Nation has a whole lot going on with it too. We don't even get about started about that, but yeah, there's a lot going on.
That could I used to
Yep,
sell
that's
real
gonna be a
estate in
huge
Bergen.
trial.
Girl, I used to sell real estate in Bergen County. Oh, before my last baby was born. My baby is 17 now. But there was a lot of bad boy artists who lived in the area. I mean, there's a lot of artists that live in the area in general, and like musicians and all kinds of people. Some of them are like currently top names, others are not. But the one thing that we used to find over and over and over again, people would go to sell their house, so they would have like an open house or a broker's open. So you'd go into this house, and the first floor is gorgeous, the landscaping amazing, everything would look beautiful on the first floor. You would go up to the second floor, and it would be like mattresses and box springs on the floor, two milk crates stacked side by side for a nightstand, a big giant TV sitting on the floor, like no furniture, no nothing, a million pairs of sneakers not in the closet, just lined up on the floor, because it was like the first floor had the appearance of wealth and everybody looked beautiful or whatever, and the basements always smelled like weed. But I was just like, and over and over and over, house after house after house, and I was like, oh, this is fascinating, because I was like, oh, I think I've heard of this person, or I heard them on the radio on my way over here, and now I'm standing in their living room, and your first floor always full of friends. I'm like, this isn't Brokers Open. Why you got 25 of your closest friends sitting here, looking half drunk, hanging out, talking to people? Like, no, clear out. We're trying to sell your house. But always the second floor looked like they just moved in this morning. Oh, yeah, I've lived here 3 years. I've lived here 5 years. They didn't have money like that. Like,
Mhm.
okay. And I would name names, but manners, I got my pinkies out, but
Mhm.
absolutely names, music you have bopped your head to or
I
made
mean, I
babies
grew up
to
in
or
Englewood.
whatever.
I grew up in
Mm-hmm.
Englewood and Teaneck, and I mean, that was definitely,
Girl,
yeah,
girl.
a lot of famous
Mm.
people.
The things you see in Bergen County, just right down here at the shop rate, like the
Okay.
things you see in Bergen County. My son at one point was convinced that what's his name, Tracy Morgan. He was convinced that Tracy Morgan was following him around. I was like, Tracy Morgan lives in Bergen County. Like, he was
But
like,
really,
I
Bergen
was
County is only like this big. I mean, it
exactly,
really
and
is
all the
not
black people
big.
know each other. Like, we gonna recognize one
Everybody,
another.
everybody knows everybody. Everybody knows
And he was like,
everybody.
Tracy Morgan is following. I saw him at the movie theater, and I saw him here, and I saw him there. And then we went trick or treating, and we went to his house. I was just like, I don't think Tracy. And my son he was old enough to drive, so he was maybe 17 or 18. I'm like, right. He's like, we were playing Pokemon Go, and we ran into Tracy Morgan again. I'm like, okay, because he lived right over there. That's why. I promise you, he's not following you.
Aw.
And Chris Rock's kids. Okay, look, let me shut up. Anyway, um, I'm not gonna tell no tales out of school. No tales. But listen, ladies, it has been a treat. A
Oh, thank
treat.
you.
It
You
has.
have
I know you
blessed
tried to
me.
kick us
Yes.
off an hour ago, and we got to yapping
Oh my
again.
God, has it? Yeah, it's almost.
And I'm sorry for that. I get to yapping, and we just get to talking. But
This is a
Good.
flashback to the Russian tea room of all of us just running our mouths and laughing and having a good kiki. Oh my God. But
I
listen,
love it.
you ladies mean the world to me. The experience of this whole YouTube thing has on a daily basis blows my mind. And I am just so, so, so grateful. I hope everybody is following the 13th Juror podcast, Real Talk Bougie. Meet me over on one of Fran's lives, probably in 5 minutes, because she's basically on
Stop
live
it.
24/7. And Tanika's gonna be back with some more true. I actually have Tanika up on this other screen right here, so I can finish listening to Sarah Boone's reports. So we're gonna cheer Tanika on, send her all the baby vibes, so she can have her 12 more kids if she wants them.
I
And
only got 5 embryos. Don't rush it.
listen, one of them things might split. You don't even know. They put 5 of them in there, and you boom, just firing out babies. I'm just
Oh my
saying.
God.
I can help you with one. That's it. I'll help you with one. After that, it ain't on me.
Noted.
All right, ladies. I'm
Thank
gonna go cook
you.
some dinner.
Thank you, Kathy.
Mwah. Mwah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, you
And
Thank
Congratulations.
you, you
deserve.
I am
many,
guys.
many
so
thousands
so happy for
more.
you.
Yeah, it's coming.
Did
It all
everybody hit the
happened.
like button? Did everybody
Oh
send
yes.
Kathy some hearts
Hit
in the chat? Or
like and
Let me give you.
describe. Like and describe.
Oh my
All
Like
right.
and
goodness.
Wait.
describe.
I added some little outro things on here. Let me see if I can make them play. Hang on. Do that one.
nice.
I'm figuring this whole thing out. Hang
Here's to the
on.
next
And
12,000. Oh,
then
yay.
okay, wait.